Cormac McCarthy and Tom Wolfe. In this quick video, I'm going to be explaining to you guys Tom Wolfe's influence on Cormac McCarthy. So in one of the earliest drafts of Blood Meridian, McCarthy writes in the margins of his own story, in the scene where the kid is fleeing from the judge, quote, "Wolfe, arthitic trees," end quote. And as we're about to see, Tom Wolfe described the Joshua tree as arthitic. And if any of you guys have ever been around Joshua trees, they don't really blast life and Garden of Eden vibes at you. And when McCarthy was writing Blood Meridian, he was working on, in the early drafts, the ability to capture the barrenness of the desert, because nothingness is actually very hard to capture. And a lot of the time people resort to telling and not showing, but how can you show nothing? And so now we're going to examine a scene from Tom Wolfe where he uses this, and a scene where McCarthy basically imitates him for Blood Meridian. Once again, for all my writers out there, if you guys want to be good, you have to be a very good reader first. For whatever reason, McCarthy had it in his mind one paragraph in one random Tom Wolfe book as he was rereading one of the copies of his drafts. You know, you could call it intuition, but if you don't have the axiomatic knowledge in your head, you can't have those flashes. So here is Tom Wolfe's initial passage in his novel, The Right Stuff. Quote, "Murrock was up in the high elevations of the Mojave Desert. It looked like some fossil landscape that had long since been left behind by the rest of the terrestrial evolution. At dusk, the Joshua tree stood out in silhouette on the fossil wasteland like some arthitic nightmare." And boom, I mean, this is the style that Cormac McCarthy is writing in for most of Blood Meridian. He does bring his infernal style that he learned through in Suttree and The Orchard Keeper, and he embeds that in. But this is the skeleton. And so now we're going to hear McCarthy somewhat imitate this passage. So here's McCarthy, quote, "The following day, the kid crossed through a high forest of Joshua trees, ranged upon a tableland beset with granite peaks, pale naked rock, and snow, and dark eagles that circled the sun." Boom. So there isn't that much relation here, but this is just a fun note because I love Tom Wolfe. I don't know if there are any Tom Wolfe fans out there. This book right here, A Man in Full, is one of the better examples of close third person in literary history. It's kind of an odd novel, but Wolfe is really cool because he has a massive range of locations and characters all throughout his book. This one really takes place more in like Atlanta and Texas, but he has books in the Mojave Desert. I mean, he's a very talented, very focused author. And if you guys want more Blood Meridian and Cormac McCarthy content, go check out my Cormac McCarthy podcast. We're getting close to 75 episodes, and I will see you guys in the next one.